took my surfboard to Janet Jackson's place and said, yeah, I really want to get her autograph, you know. And there was the whole of the New York media camped out the front of her apartment, and I turned up in boardies with my surfboard, saying, yeah, I'm a real big fan. And the whole of the New York media watched this bloke with a surfboard walk in through the lobby. And I went up to her, I said, yeah, I really want to get her autograph, you know, but I managed to confirm that she was in the building, which is what we needed to know, because it was a story about her getting divorced from her husband. And it was crazy. Latoya Jackson.
Latoya Jackson.
Yeah, well, not Janet. It was Latoya. Yeah, when she was going out with that crazy manager, husband of hers. Yeah.
And she did the cover of Playboy. She looked pretty good too when she did that.
Yeah. She had two black eyes when I saw her. So that was the story.
That was the story. So, like, you get over there and you have all these amazing experiences. It sounds like you just got a million amazing stories. You've written books now as well?
Yeah, well, I think as a journalist, if you've got any pretensions to be a writer, you soon get sick of writing other people's stories. And so I finally, after 36 years, sat down and wrote the story that I wanted to. And just finished my first novel, which is called The Lost Boys, and that'll be out next year in April. So it'll be interesting to see what people think of that, because it's very rude.
Really?
Yeah. It's probably the way you talk to your mates, and the blokes that guys aren't polite. We don't talk like they do on Home and Away. So I tried to capture that, and just to give. I don't think anyone's really documenting Australian manhood with any kind of passion. It's I read a lot of books, and I'm just like, they're not the guys I hang out with. So I'd like to try and get Aussie guys reading. I wrote a book that I reckon my mates who are tradies and surfers would read. So they got to read. They got to read sometime, and hopefully I can convince them to put down Ralph magazine and pick up a book.
How cold are you?
I'm freezing.
It's so cold here. I'm not too bad, actually. I'm just seeing you. You're free. Yeah, Goldie boy. I ask a lot of people about their dreams and stuff like that, and advice they'd have for people. And I'm sure there's people out there that would love to write for a TV series or write a screenplay or something. You've done those things. What advice would you have for someone?
Well, I think if you want to write for television, then you should be persistent, because it's a difficult industry to get into. But that said, I don't think that there's enough good writers out there in Australian TV. When you compare what we produce and what the States produces, we obviously it's a thing to do with money as well. But look, take steps towards it. Do a writing course. Write short films. Find people who are like-minded. Because I know that when I worked in a TV script department, and I get people's resumes, and they'd say, I really want to come in and do work experience. I'd read the resume and go, you haven't done any writing courses, you haven't gone out there and done a short film, you're not that keen about it. You're not. People who want to do it. And so it'll appear on your resume. You want to get out there, you want to see what it's like to put your words into characters' mouths. So you get out there and you shoot short films. And when I'd see that, I did this short film in 98 and 99, and I go, well, this person's obviously, it's more than a passing fad for them. Because I've met a lot of people who want to be a writer, and they come up against no once or twice, and then, okay, I'll go back to telemarketing or whatever else, So you've got to be persistent, and it's a fantastic thing to see your words coming out of a character's mouth. It's fantastic. So do that. You can make it happen for like the cost of a digital videotape now. So get out there and do it, and you'll see what works and what doesn't. And there's a lot that doesn't work.
There'll be a lot that doesn't work. How often do you write? Like today, it's a Monday morning here in Potts Point. How often do you write?
Yeah, I write pretty much every day. I've got to go upstairs and write my column for tomorrow. I write every day. Whether it's just putting ideas down, but consistently sitting down to write, I'll be 4 or 5 days a week. And again, I think if you want to be a novelist or anything like that, that's the key, is just to write every day. don't put pressure on yourself. I think it's when you sit down and you go, I want to write a novel. It's such a big, oh God, a novel, all those chapters, all those pages. But you just say, I'm going to write about, when my mate, fell off the balcony, and break his neck. And so you write about that. You write about it as good as you can write about it. Yeah, cool, done that. Now go and have a coffee, and then the next day you write about something else. And the pieces will come together, and then the work will start to form itself. So when people put too much pressure on themselves, they see the big picture and then forget about the little steps that you need to take. So, and when you write every day, you get momentum as well. And you go, I can now I'll write about that tomorrow. Always give yourself something to write about tomorrow. I think Hemingway used to say, don't exhaust yourself every day, otherwise you'll have nothing to, you won't have the piece of string to pick up in the morning.
What's the thing for you so far? I mean, probably 15 years into a career or something like that for you now. What would be the highlight for you if you could think, well, okay, that's my happiest moment so far that drives you to keep going? Has there been a moment for you where you've gone, man, that's rocking?
Look, obviously, selling my novel this year has been a huge thing for me. It's been,
well done.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a real highlight. But doing the blog has made me realise that you can touch people, and
you're allowed to be very honest with your blog, aren't you? Like, you can write whatever you want.
Yeah, pretty much. I write whatever I want, and I don't know, I did, again, not to be too saccharine about it, but I got an email last year after I did a couple of blogs on depression, and this kid had wrote me an email saying, just said, thank you, today I didn't kill myself. And I was like, what?
That means something.
Yeah, and I was really, and I wrote him back saying, dude, don't say that shit without, have you talked to someone? He's like, yeah, I'm talking to somebody. But reading your blog and reading the responses made me realise that I'm not alone, and that's what I always feel like, that I'm alone. I'm the only person going through this, and that was great. I actually went, whoa, there's some power in the internet.
Absolutely.
There's some power in words. Well, there's a lot of power in words.
Big time, yeah, man. So, like, the ultimate dream for you then, that's what I love asking people about, if they could reach the ultimate, and I'm assuming it's going to be something to do with the old keyboard and writing. What would it be for you?
Yeah, I would have said that, even 3 months ago, but I'm kind of realising that life's about pulling your head out of your own arse and making it happen for other people. And I got a few projects at the moment. I'm working on I've just spent some time up in far north Queensland doing creative writing classes for Aboriginal kids up there, and made me realise that we take the advantages we have for granted. And if you've ever been up north into those settlements, it's like Mad Max, man. It's like, so I'm setting up a mentoring program to get Koori and Murray kids into newsrooms, into Aussie newsrooms, because you look at you walk into a newsroom, there's no Aboriginals at all. And it makes a difference, when the editor puts a front page up there, of decrying the state of Aboriginal settlements. It's good to have imagine if there were 2 or 3 Aboriginals in the newsroom going, mate, that's not how it is, and look at me. Yeah, and so what I'm going to do is get these kids work experience in, Channel 10 or the Sydney Morning Herald or the Telegraph, or whether they want to be cameramen or soundies.
Great idea.
Yeah, and just get them work experience, because then it'll take the mystery away from it. Yeah. And then when people, when chiefs of staff or news editors are looking for cadets, I go, oh, what about that kid from Weeper? He was great. So it removes the I think the barrier that distance puts between people, and that's what we've put between Aboriginal people and us, because we've stuck them out there in settlements. And I actually want to. I feel quite strongly about making a difference in kids' lives at the moment, because it's just. Well,
you have that power with what you do.
Yeah. So I'll give that a whirl. Aside from that, just endless group sex with models wouldn't be bad.
Hey, why not dream big? Great to meet you, man, on this warm, sunny day here in Sydney, and all the best with that.
Thank you, Togsy. See you, mate.
I kiss the ground on which you walk. I kiss the lips through which you talk. I kissed the city of New York where I first met you. You're my darling, don't forget it, 'cause I'm the guy who will regret it. I love you more than when I